My name is Haley Snap, and you know what grinds my gears more than anything is when people don't use their turn signals. You're driving on a nice, beautiful, sunny day with your windows down and your sunroof open with the Texas heat coming in. And then all of a sudden, your pleasant drive is turning into someone in front of you not using their turn signal, and you slamming on your brakes and your Sonic drink flying all over and getting all over the floorboard. That irritates me to no end whenever people don't use their turn signal, when all it is just a simple click to let them know that you're turning. I know that most of you all have probably experienced this more than once while y'all are driving. And when people don't use their turn signals, that's what irritates me. These jerks that aren't using their turn signals are actually causing more harm than what they know. Imagine that you're sitting in a parking lot waiting to pull out into the cluster of Cypress, Texas traffic. You see the cars that are going by, and then some of them are even turning into the same place that you are, but they didn't use their turn signals. So now you're realizing that you had so many opportunities to pull out into the traffic, but you would have never known because they didn't use their turn signal. Now we could go into the specifics of this actually being against the law, but this is just a pure act of ignorance. And all these people that aren't using their turn signals actually just assume that we as other drivers know that then when they're going to turn at the exact place at an exact moment. Now whenever they assume that we know whenever they're going to turn, they're actually making the road a more dangerous place. Now I read from Jim Melwert, a morning driver reporter from KYW News Radio 1060, that forget distracted driving. A new study says that there's a much bigger problem that causes nearly 2 million accidents a year. The study finds drivers across the country don't use their turn signals nearly half the time when changing lanes, and people fail to signal a quarter of the time when making a turn. In all, 750 billion times a year. Now how easy is it just to flip up your turn signal to let people know when you're turning, instead of having to deal with the millions of dollars through your insurance companies and car claims? Now, they cause more harm than what they don't realize because of these arrogant jerks that don't know how to use their turn signals on the roadways. Now what I say to you is don't be that idiot that doesn't use their turn signal and having me try to save myself from running into your rear end because you're being a rear end. Thank you. Are there any questions?
So what would be your opinion of what should be done for people who do not use their turn signals?
Well, actually, the guy that I read some research over, Jim Melwert, he said, and I agree with him whenever he states this, he says that cops should be a more influential part of this, which I completely agree with that. I think that cops should have to really crack down on this because it's causing a lot more harm than what people realize. There are 2 million accidents a year for this, and it's just not acceptable for people not to be using their turn signals for that. Are there any more questions? Thank you.